10 best countries in Africa where expats can live in. When I mention expat, I mean a person who lives outside of their native country. Number 1, South Africa. South Africa is one of the African countries that have gladly embraced industrialization. It also takes pride in being home to the continent's richest city, Cape Town, which offers the luxuries of urbanization, especially because of its location. It lies between the iconic Table Mountain and the ocean. South Africa takes pride in its rapidly developing technology industry, as seen in Johannesburg, which has set the record of being the economic capital of the continent, since it is home to the most of the international mining companies. Business language, English among others. Number 2, Tanzania. Even though more than a third of the population currently lives below the poverty line, Tanzania has a large expat community. Since the country is the most populous in the East African community, its capital city, Dar es Salaam, acts as the main pole for expats because it is an economic and social hub. Tanzania has a couple of investment opportunities ranging from tourism, mining, to natural resources. The mining sector, for instance, has attracted investors from South Africa, Canada, and Australia, and the country is equally becoming competitive in gold production. Oil and gas companies are equally taking root and showing so much potential for professionals. If you're looking for job opportunities in African countries, you might want to consider working for the NGOs and international companies in Tanzania. Business language, English among others. Number 3, Nigeria. According to a survey that was done by Expert Insider, it was revealed that experts in Nigeria are among the highest global earners. More than 12% of the respondents who participated in the survey revealed that they bagged more than $250,000 last year. The survey is evident that Nigeria is one of the highest paying countries in Africa. Nigeria stands as the highest paying country because of the environmental and economic factors that comes with the country. Nigerian experts have to put up with a couple of risks posed by touts and kidnappers in the oil rigs. The figure can also be influenced by the long working hours that they are subjected to and the high cost of living in the country's biggest cities, Abuja and Lagos. Business language, English. Number 4, Kenya. Kenya is another ideal destination for expats as it boasts of state-of-the-art IT infrastructure and admirable cosmopolitan district, Nairobi, its capital city, is considered as a hub for organizations like the Rockefeller Foundation and the General Electric. Apart from the good infrastructure, the country also has stylish but affordable housing options. Moreover, the country's culture is also welcoming, and it has a ton of opportunities that one can venture in. Business language, English among others. Number 5, Ghana. Ghana has, in the past couple of decades, experienced significant growth in its transportation, mining, telecommunication, and hydrocarbon industries. Most experts regard Ghana as a hardship country. Hence, they enjoy the financial benefits that come with the notion. Apart from the opportunities, Ghana is generally a safe country and it suffers less corruption and political instability, unlike neighboring countries. The one thing that one should have in mind before relocating to the country is the unreliability of water. Business language, English. Number 6, Botswana. Botswana is one of the largest producers of diamond in the world. Hence, it is safe to say that the mining industry has provided a lucrative opportunity. The country has attracted mining companies and experts from the rest of the world. The country's healthcare system is also reliable, although in severe cases, evacuation is considered. Business language, English. Number 7, Gabon. Gabon is home to a population of more than 2 million people. Even though it is one of the least heard of countries in the western part of Africa, it has one of the highest urbanization rates in the world. It also boasts of being an upper middle income country, since it is the fifth largest oil producing country in Africa. In the past decade, it has risen and attained strong economic stability because of its consistent production of oil and manganese. The oil production accounts for 80% of the country's exports, 60% of fiscal revenue, and 45% of GDP. If you're an expert who is open to exploring the opportunities that are available on the continent, Gabon is one of the best places to live in Africa. Business language, French. Number 8, Libya. Libya has a not so good record when it comes to civil war. However, this factor does not mean that the country should not be included in this list. Libya has an impressive Human Development Index and life expectancy. Workers in the country also rank as the highest paid in the continent with an average monthly salary of $1,700. Being an oil producing country, Libya poses a lucrative opportunity, especially for individuals who possess technical skills, business language, Arabic, and English. Number 9, Algeria. Algeria not only stands out as the largest country in Africa, but also an oil-rich country in the northern part of Africa with a Human Development Index of 0.759. It has the 10th largest oil reserves in the world, and its current unemployment rate stands at 11.53%, down from 20% in the past 2 decades. The country also has the highest life expectancy of all African countries. These factors make it an ideal destination for expats. Business language, Arabic, and French. Number 10, Seychelles. Seychelles is another one of the top 10 best countries in Africa, as it has Human Development Index of 0.801 and a life expectancy of 73.7 years. The country's economic growth is significantly influenced by tourism, and the country's GDP has grown more than 6 times in less than 5 decades. It is one of the most developed countries on the continent, and it offers free education and healthcare services to its citizens. These factors make it one of the best countries to live in Africa in 2022. Business language, English and French. It is worthy to mention that Rwanda is presently the fastest growing country in Africa since 2019. If you're a professional who has been in search of greener pastures and has not landed the opportunity to travel overseas, you ought to consider these African countries that experts can relocate to. Disclaimer: this video is intended for general informational purposes only and does not address individual circumstances. Therefore, it is not a substitute for professional advice or help and should not be solely relied on to make decisions of any kind. It's just a plus and an insight about places and countries in Africa. Thank you. Don't forget to follow me and subscribe to my page.